Yo, what's
Hey,
poppin',
how's
bro?
going? What's good?
Not
What's
too
good? What's good, my boy? ASecretBox back in town. How do you feel?
Low key, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
Alright, now we're gonna start with the questions.
Yeah.
What do you hope to achieve in the Oceanic Cup and why?
I feel like it's unrealistic for me to like want anything besides winning because like I have a history of winning like ANZT, like the solo tournament, and I guess just having more tournament experience than a lot of the players. So I hope I win, but if I don't, I won't be upset because I'll be proud of whoever else beats me.
Who do you think are the strongest contenders beside yourself in the Oceanic Cup?
Definitely, Atkins is the main one, I think. Zintex, Kyujin, Saiku, I think is quite underrated. I think there's a chance for him too. Pala, I think, could top 3, and I think those are the main ones, at least for me, like looking at it. And Cloppet as well.
How do you feel about Superior going into the year?
He's been improving a lot on his tech and like other skill sets in general, so I'm looking forward to him being able to play other stuff and being less nervous as well after playing an OC World Cup tends to give people a really good skill push in tournaments, so I think he'll be a lot better going into this year too.
What's one thing you think people underestimate about you as a player?
I don't know if I necessarily have much things people underestimate about me, but I think aim is a big one. I usually pick Nomod 1s nowadays into a lot of people, whereas people like normally assume I'm not really that good at stuff like that. So probably just aim.
What advice would you give to players who are also trying to reach the top?
Game.
You heard it. You heard it. Just don't be straight.
No, the unironic answer for that is definitely when you're trying to improve, to enjoy the ride and actually like have fun. Because if you're tilted, your brain's not going to pick anything up. There's no point in grinding something that you don't like. So having fun while you're grinding is the main thing.
Do you have any goals for 2026 OC?
I want to win OC World Cup so bad, dude. I want to win so bad.
Same.
That's probably the big one, is to try and win that. But obviously, like, you can't just assume you're gonna win. Just to keep playing and maintain my skill and keep pushing as far as I can. That's the main thing, and to keep enjoying the game.
Okay, hello and welcome to the Oceanic Cup. This is the first ever stream, joined by me with Gammy. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me, Emrek. I mean, it's such an exciting tournament, right? It's not often that you see a regional tournament have a production quality of this scale. So, me personally, I am so stoked to be here with you for this opening stream of the bracket stage of the Oceanic Cup. But I guess without further ado, I think we can switch over to our 2 players that we have today.
But yeah, the 2 players we have here today, ASecretBox versus Hayley. Many people will say, oh, this matchup is pretty obvious, but Hayley, you know, being a former 5WC player, you know, having qualified to many tournaments, shown many consistent performances, so anything can happen in the round of 16. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything can happen in this stage. So yeah, could see some interesting matchups here.
Yeah, well, as much as I really like to root for, you know, a fellow 5WC player and, you know, a 5WC represent, it's great to see that Hayley qualified to a tournament of such a high caliber. It's very, very difficult for me to really justify Hayley in this scenario, right? This is as much of a David versus Goliath scenario as you're gonna get this round. You're going up against one of the strongest players in the world, strongest tournament players in the world. And meanwhile, you know, Hayley, while she's not weak in any sense of the word, she's in a completely different weight class against ASecretBox. So, I think a lot of this matchup is going to be a fight for survival for Hayley. I think if she can get, you know, maybe 1 or 2 points, it's gonna be very, very huge for her. And despite the fact that, you know, the SR compared to what ASecretBox is probably rather used to, I do think that this hits the higher end of Hayley's skill cap. So once again, I think it's going to be, you know, Hayley treading above water for this one. But as for match strategy, I definitely think that Hayley is going to look to play more into her comforts and her strengths, which I do think lie mostly in the hard rocks. I don't think there is really a lot of room for strategizing when your opponent is, you know, in so many different weight classes above you. So I'm definitely expecting Hayley to, you know, just go with her guns, stick to her guns, and try to put as much comfort as she can on screen. But yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. There's definitely, yeah, well, with what you said, there's definitely just not enough room for Hayley to, you know, like you can't mess up. This is a secret box we're talking about here. The #1 seed in the Oceanic Cup, ranked 14 in the world, has shown many consistent, like, tournament experiences, many consistent, like, performances. Like, you can't mess up on your pick here. So, yeah, just excited to see, yeah.
I'm excited to see how well Hayley does on this kind of pool. Like all things considered, I believe that this round of 16 does hit around where Grand Finals lands in 5WC, and you know, Hayley has been a mainstay of the 5WC roster for many years at this point. So I would be very happy to see her drop some big scores during this pool. But
Yo, Hayley just won the roll by 1 point.
It's a sign, It's a sign, Emrek. It's a sign.
Yo, winning the roll means winning the match. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true. W roll. That's powerful right there. Oh boy. All right. Hayley is going to look to pick first. There are no protects in this tournament, right, Emrek?
No protects. But there are 2 bans.
Yeah. So we should be jumping straight into the action very soon. Best. What else can we mention? First to 6 matchup. You know, first to 6 matchup, 2 bans. So I do believe that this pool is pretty limited. I think if it does, I mean, maybe not too applicable for this match, but you know, in later rounds, when we see closer seed matchups against each other, you might see, you know, a lot of players being forced into uncomfortable positions as the match does go on, because 2 bans plus first to 6, that's about 12 maps that are instantly taken out of the pool, or 12 maps that are taken out of the pool if you exclude the tiebreaker. So yeah, that could be something to think about later on in the week. But we're really just talking as we are waiting to see what these players have in store for us. What are you looking forward to seeing, Emrek? Like not biased towards players whatsoever. What do you want to see in this pool?
Hey, all I'm gonna say, I'm hoping, you know, that little soldier inductance, I hope that doesn't get banned. But we already starting off with the bans with a secret box banning Hard Rock 3. Not too expected, to be honest, because Hayley's a very good Hard Rock player. Maybe for his second ban, I would assume maybe one of the more Hard Rocks, like Hard Rock 2. As Hayley did put her best score in the qualifiers on the precision map, so I would not be very surprised if he banned Hard Rock 2. I'm assuming Hayley is gonna ban the more mechanical maps, like the more harder mechanical maps in the pool, just because of outscaling, unfortunately. So yeah, I think Hayley is gonna pick probably the last Hard Rock that's left, and maybe Nomod 5 is my expectations here. I don't really know too much about Hayley as a player, unfortunately, but
I think Hayley just loves her Hard Rock, so that's what she's most well known for, right? But on the flip side, Hayley's gonna look to take out the DT1 and the DT4, really respecting ASecretBox territory on the double time, just looking to avoid it as much as possible. And I mean, can you really blame her? Can you really blame her? Just so dangerous leaving those open. Yeah, no. It's gonna be back to the ASecretBox for the final ban. As you mentioned, the Hard Rock 2 could be, it's definitely, you know, a respect ban for ASecretBox if he does go into it, but he instead chooses to pivot into the Hidden One as his last ban. Very understandable, you know, it's sort of in that aim ballpark that Hayley exemplifies a lot of confidence on, and I think particularly on a lower SR, these more accessible maps such as Hidden One, and probably later down the line we'll see Nomod 1 getting picked, just maps that you really don't want to play into a lower C, even if you know you're the big favorite to win in your matchup. So with that, we're gonna see this match being kickstarted by the Nomod 4 as Hayley's first pick.
Right, just going straight into it. You can already tell Hayley is already strategized pre-match. With the instant pick there. Not too surprised talking about Box's ban for Hardy Hidden One because if you watch the showcase, the map's low-key kind of free until the ending. So I guess I'm assuming there's like a strategic ban to like remove any chances of like missing on air. So not really surprised.
Yeah, no, 100%. This Nomod 4 is... I mean, this Nomod 4, I believe, was a original. It's an OS original from Dash Open. Was it 2024? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was 2024. Yeah, it's an original song by Onumi, and it's a fantastic custom map coming from Kapu. I think this is a big favorite, if not the one of their highlight original songs from that iteration of Dash Open. So very, very, very happy to see it being reused for this tournament. This map is really just... I hate to use this word, MREC, but like this is like average tech slot. Like it's big sliders, it's a good mix of aim control, it's a good mix of finger control, and it really epitomizes, you know, what you'd expect to see from a Nomod 4. I believe in the halfway sections of this map as well. I mean, this is 4 minutes long, so around that 2-minute mark, we will also see a sort of BPM / tempo / rhythm change. That could be a point of breaking, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Early sections of the map, it takes a bit to get started, but once it gets rolling, it doesn't stop.
Right. This was actually in the LGA qualifier, so I have a pretty good idea of this map. This map is very, very easy to miss on. Like, very, very easy. So we could see some potential early misses here, and one already from Hayley on the slow section. Not starting off too great, but the map's pretty long, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yep, a lot of leg room to play around. And a lot of runtime to happen, but with that, we get into that first drop. The div spike comes in. No player gets tripped up just yet, and as you can see, this is what the main grid of the map is all about. It's all about these large sliders that come to attack these players, alongside, you know, some added circle tag just in case that wasn't enough. Some additional filler difficulty moving into the second half of this KI, and everybody is actually holding very, very swimmingly, albeit with ASecretBox holding that slight accuracy advantage over Hayley, about 1% in their favor. Not to mention, however, ASecretBox is still holding the FC, so that score lead is going to continue to stay towards that left side as we move towards the tail end of this final KI. We're moving past that quarterway mark, and you know, it is still competitive at the end of the day, right? If Box finds a miss, there might still be enough time for Hayley to make this comeback, but it's definitely an uphill battle as Hayley finds another miss going into the next section of the KI.
Wow. Hayley already missing, definitely not good signs here, as we were almost past the halfway section, around 1/3 of the map in, and she's going to keep finding misses as Box is just trailing through the map right now, with 3% better accuracy, so the comfortability definitely showing in the accuracy department.
Yeah, no, 10, right? And I think it's expected, you know, on every single pick during this pool, we are expecting Box to be the one who holds the comfort high ground. This, if not his comfort skill set, is his comfort SR. So it's not, I think that Hayley doesn't really need to hold this point to herself. There's not really much you can do when your opponent is just, you know, blanket slate, a lot more confident than you are. But for what it's worth, Hayley is actually holding a very, very respectable score. I mean, this is a, what, 7-star? This is a 7-star tag map. And Hayley has only found one miss during the KI. Her other two misses are from just slow sections from the beginning, and that miss that we just saw from Hayley here. So respectable stuff from Hayley. Smoking a bit. I'm not. I can't read that. I can't read that.
But yeah, definitely not a bad showing from Hayley, despite the monstrous FC from ASecretBox on the left of the screen. I guess we're just gonna see if Box closes out this FC.
Yeah, it looks like Hayley was smoking. I'm not nervous. Oh my goodness, Box, as I say that, finds a miss. I don't think it quite matters though. I don't think it quite matters as Box is only doubling Hayley's score right now going into this last quarter of the map. Once again, just all about these large sliders, right? I believe this section is a bit more flowing intensive, but we can talk all we want. It's not going to change the outcome as ASecretBox continues to maintain a 98 throughout this entire map. And meanwhile, Hayley's accuracy only continues to go down, despite having a pretty sizable accuracy against ASecretBox.
Yeah, 100%. You know, if you're Hayley here, I guess you're just gonna have to move on and like think about the next pick because there's not much you can do about the big secret box with 600k on Nomod 4. Her score isn't actually all that bad. Like 400k on a skill cap pool of this department is definitely not a feat to not be proud of at all.
Yeah, definitely, right? 400k. That's really huge. That is huge. That's like 5WC Grants SR completely slamming it out. Amazing score from Hayley, but what can you do? It's gonna be the next pick, and this one is going to go in favor of a secret box. I am interested to see what a secret box decides to what kind of path box decides to take during this match. Right? I would like you could either just slam out the double times, which is what he's known for, or you could go for a bit more of an experimental question mark route. And Box does decide to in fact go for the latter, and it's gonna be a hidden 3 pick as his next pick, Mirage Age.
Yeah, 100%. I do understand the thinking behind this pick because as a lot of feedback of the players have said, they say that Hidden 3 is the hardest map in the pool. So I'm assuming he's picking this as a thought process that Hayley might be outscaled in this type of map. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Yeah, but even jumping straight into it, in fact, not wasting any time whatsoever. I believe this is a custom map from 2024's Moscow Osu event. It's a custom map by Cammy. Or, name change that I'm not going to try to pronounce this time. This map features a lot of weird circle tag, a lot of flowing as well, and it's sort of the counterbalance to the Nomod 3 in that sense. Early sections of the map, and as you can see, it's just clearing these places with a bunch of flowing sections. Even Box can't catch up as he finds a miss as well. But going out of that first spike section, ASecretBox is holding a massive 6% accuracy lead against Hayley to kickstart the bat.
Yeah, comfortability already showing with the accuracy department, like you said. This map looks difficult. Like, I don't know what to say. What is this aim control?
Yeah, I mean, it's Mirage Age, right? Very, very. It's a song that has a lot of sets that are just full of this sort of control, and this map is no exception, right? A lot of circle tech to be desired. And as we continue to troop on, ASecretBox holding that combo advantage against Hayley. We're moving into, a bit of more of an open section, a lot more sliders here. Just a slight break in terms, not in terms of intensity, but in terms of, strictly that circle tech.
Oh, Box actually breaking, giving Hayley the upper hand. Wait.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hayley has to hold though since her AC is currently 4% below, and she doesn't, unfortunately. Oh man.
Yeah, consistency is just so hard to get on a map like this, right? If it's tripping up even the Seed 1 player in this tournament, I mean, you can only imagine just how hard it is for Hayley to keep any sort of consistent combo on the board. And, it's just going to be more and more building of that combo as you move past that halfway section of the map. And as ASecretBox does find a miss, so for what it's worth, that scoreline is still competitive, but definitely going to be an uphill battle for Hayley as she holds a 3% ag deficit, which, to be fair, it is an improvement from what we were seeing in the earlier stages of the map. I do believe that Hayley was, like 5% ag down, 6% ag down, so she's actually recovering pretty damn well moving into the last quarter of this map.
Yeah, unfortunately for Hayley to win this, we have to see a break from ASecretBox, which is asking for a break from ASecretBox is definitely one hell of an ask. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's not out of question though. ASecretBox hasn't been in that prime consistency that we typically know him for, and he has found misses, so it might still be possible. We're moving into the last sections of the map. If you want to see a miss, it has to happen now. The reverse sliders all come in to attack these players. These jumps are so incredibly big, and the flow wave comes in. Hayley hits all of them, but so does Box. Last quarter of the map, last eighth of the map, and the map is slowly beginning to build down. And as we move into the last section of the map, unfortunately, Hayley just can't hold it together as Box walks all the way to the end and escorts that scoreline to his side, taking yet another point over Hayley.
What a showing from Hayley.
2 is all he gets. 2 is all he gets. Hayley sweeps here. Hayley sweep starts now. I believe.
The sweep starts now. 2 is all he gets, guys. What a
is all he
showing
gets.
from Hayley. What a showing. Basically hitting
It
that
was
entire
close.
KI. Yeah, it was actually pretty close. Like the combos were definitely just head on head, you know. I guess it was just the accuracy department that makes the scoreline a bit like more stretched, but never to say. Very, very good showing from Hayley and Box on Hin 3.
Mhm. And yeah, it's back to yet another pick coming in from Hayley. You know, that Nomod 4 pick really makes me think that it makes me think one of two things. Either Hayley isn't confident enough at her strength to want to pick it, because like Hayley is strong when you think of like hard rocks, when you think of aim, mechanics, it's definitely things that are right up a box's alley. So in that sense, I do understand that Hayley might, you know, be thinking, okay, my opponent is so strong at this, I don't have a chance on this, even though it's my strength, so I'm not gonna go into it. Or the other thing is that, you know, she's just picking stuff that she has fun on, and I think the Nomod 4 was a very, very, you know, fun, quote-unquote fun-coded map, so, you know, we'll have to see what she goes with her next pick, because if it's something like a Nomod 3, I could definitely see her just leaning into the more fun side of the pool, not quite taking things extremely seriously. But no, instead, she goes into that Harbor 1 that we've been talking all up about.
Definitely an interesting pick. I guess she's just picking into her skill sets, but this is actually just a hard rock flow aim map, consistency flow aim for around 4 minutes and 30. So I would have expected maybe a hard rock 2 pick instead, but who knows more than the players, right? So I guess we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, no. I will say, I am interested to see if, well, I know, we all know that ASecretBox is very, very confident on this 200 BPM. It should be light work for him, but I am interested to see if on the flip side, Hayley is in fact consistent on 200 BPM. 200 BPM, sort of hitting that middle ground in terms of comfort, you know, at 5 digits, some players can and some players can't. I definitely think that Hayley sits in that ballpark of the players who can. But, you know, it's one thing to be consistent on the tapping. It's another thing to be able to apply that to a map such as this one, right? Where it's not just a lot of flowing, but it's a lot of flowing with hard rock tagged on it. So that's gonna, once again, throw an additional boon into your consistency on the map. And instantly, you know, the map opens up to a lot of flowing, and Hayley's gonna be the first one to find a miss.
Oh boy, the comfortability already showing in the accuracy department yet again, with ASecretBox with the whopping 99.76 AC compared to Hayley's 94%. You know, what else can I say about the GOAT ASecretBox in this tournament? Like, what else can I say? The hard rock flame GOAT. But yeah, we still got 3 minutes left of the map to go, so you can see some surprises here.
Yeah, the map is slowly building into a larger variety of flowing patterns, not quite the insanely space streams that we saw in the earlier sections, right? You're seeing some right angles here, and you're seeing a good blend of that aim as well. I think in the later stages, I'm definitely expecting these aim sections to be big points of contention, especially under nerfs. And in fact, we're seeing some of those nerfs happen right now with Hayley finding a few shakes here and there, but not gonna be enough to topple her combo as they move past that next burst. But meanwhile, ASecretBox is just holding so incredibly strong with a 99.9% FC as you move past that first quarter of the map. I mean, what do you even do, right, MREX? Seeing your opponent pull off this kind of performance on screen.
I will say that the first KI hasn't happened yet, so the slow section, you know, still running in the background. I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the first KI to see any misses happen here and there, with both players holding up pretty well throughout the first 1,000 combo or so. But yeah, first KI starting soon. Maybe see some surprises.
Yeah, I mean, you can only just wait and see. It's a bit of a calm before the storm here, right? Not a lot of density in this section, but you know, in a more intense match, this is definitely where you're expecting to see the nerves begin to build up. And that's bad, considering how long this slow section is and how instantaneous this next KI comes in. Once it goes in, it's instantly in your face, so coming out of the KI, you need to be very confident in your nerfs. You need to be very, very controlled as well. But this KI is going to slowly build in to attack these players, to build up the tapping density. slowly going to be increased as you move past this halfway mark of the map. And as it stands right now, for what it's worth, despite the fact that it's a 100k score line in favor of a secret box, score lines can shift extremely quickly on tapping maps with a very large combo such as this one. And Hayley is matching a secret box combo extremely well, just knocking on his door. So if a secret box finds some sort of lapse in judgment, if he find some sort of unlucky shit miss, there is definitely still enough time, but they need to get past this KI. Here we go.
Here we go into the first KI. Will we see any misses is the question, with 2,000 combo on the line, so any miss would mean a very, very big swing to the other side. Still no misses on each player.
Yeah. Oh, it is so tight, Emmerich. I can't watch. It's Hard Rock streams, bro. It's Hard Rock streams. They're just going right now. And ASecretBox and Hayley are neck and neck when it comes to the combo. The shakes are coming in from Hayley. I mean, look at that combo. But ASecretBox is going to be the first one to find the miss. And that is going to be significant as Hayley has everything she needs. She holds past the space stream. And as the map builds into its final seconds, there might be enough time. There's not enough density to trip Hayley. But Hayley cannot find any room for error right now. Last seconds of the map, her cursor might shake, but her combo does not break. And if she takes the scoreline goes in favor of the right side. Is she going to be able to maintain it till the very end? Is this going to be the first point that we see Hayley take against ASecretBox? Emmerich, I think it is.
2,600 combo on the line, a reverse choke on the 5WC Grand Finals SR from Hayley, and she closes it out for 940k from the 5WC Grand Finalists.
That's how we do it, Emmerich. That's how we do it.
This is the Oceanic Cup.
Oh my goodness.
This is the Oceanic Cup.
Oh wow.
My god, what a showing.
Yeah, ASecretBox with a point. I sleep. Hayley wins a point. Yup, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. On stuff that ASecretBox is very well known for being extremely confident on, no less. Like ASecretBox was just beating down on Hayley's back until that very last second, where Hayley just brought out the tactical miss. Right, that miss at the very beginning does not mean anything when you just go through the entire map scot-free. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, just what an amazing performance from Hayley. Imagine imagine your current point, your one and only point beating ASecretBox on a Hard Rock flow aim, which is he is arguably the best flow aim player as of right now on both Hidden and Hard Rock. Like, I don't know. This is crazy. And we could see more. The match just started.
That's true.
This is only 2 points, guys. Hayley sweep.
2 is all he gets. And I'm sure Box is very happy for his opponent, right? I bet he's ecstatic to see Hayley pull off that kind of performance. And like we could talk about that being unlucky for Box, but honestly, that was low SR, yes, but that was also an FC that Hayley put on screen. In order for Box to have won that, he would have had to FC the entire map. And that's definitely a very, very tall ask. But we are going to move into the Hidden 2. I do believe that this is ASecretBox's pick, and this is such a brutal shred. It's not just reading, but it's also a lot of rhythmic tapping as well to add to the fray. And in case that wasn't enough, flow aim. Bam!
Bam. Flow aim it is. And Hayley with the first miss of the map, or quite struggling actually, 4 misses right off the bat. While ASecretBox is just flowing through the map already. And we're already this is a very short map. We're already a fourth of the way in. So misses are very important at this time of stage.
Yeah, that's right. We're building into that second quarter of the map, but ASecretBox is currently just cruising in terms of that combo. You can clearly see a big technology difference when it comes to the comfort of these two players, right? And what can you even do? Hidden 2 is definitely one of those maps where it's either you can or you can't. And while I wouldn't say that Hayley can't play a Hidden 2, when you compare it to the levels of comfort that ASecretBox is showing, okay, not so much so now that he just found the miss, but it does not discount from the fact that, Box is just holding that level of comfort above Hayley. It's not like the Hard Rock one where Hayley is just waiting for her opportunity. The window is not open. The window is just sealed shut as you move into the last third of the map.
Yeah, dare I say, the point is already over. It's already on Box's side by a huge 160k with only a fourth of the map left. So definitely a very good pick from Box here.
Yeah, that's right. We're moving into the last quarter of the map. And I mean, despite the fact that Box might find a miss right now, it does not matter whatsoever. He's doubling Hayley's scoreline right now. And fantastic pick from ASecretBox. A lot of respect, I would say, coming in from this pick. Like, usually against a higher seed, it's very... against a lower seed, it's very easy to just, you know, pick maps that you find fun. But ASecretBox deciding to go into Hidden 2, something that he knows Hayley definitely struggles on a lot more than other maps in the pool. And, you know, taking a very decisive point over her in that sense of the word. A 500, almost 500k scoreline from ASecretBox, basically double of what Hayley has to put on screen. And that is going to be ASecretBox's pick. Back to Hayley.
Yeah, yes, indeed. On Hayley's pick, I guess with that Hard Rock 1 win, I guess you could pick more of like Hard Rock 2 or Nomad 1, I would expect, so to say. Just, you know, just the skill sets that are like, you know, pretty easy for a swing, in my opinion. Hard Rock 2 is her skill set, so yeah. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting that, right? I do believe there are no rules against double picking in this tournament. So that makes the most sense for me in that aspect. I think the entire hidden pool is basically... oh, yeah. The entire hidden pool has already been contested with Boxers taking that all out of contention. So, on the bright side, you know, Hayley doesn't need to deal with any more hiddens. But, you know, on the other hand, you have to deal with the double times. Double times are still a looming threat for you. But given how Hayley did show a lot of confidence on that Hard Rock 1, I would not put it past her to maybe steal a cheeky point or two on the double times.
And yeah...
Hayley, yep, goes for the Hard Rock 2 as you anticipated, Emret.
yeah, as expected, as expected. But yeah, I guess, like after this, like, Box still has like 3 speed picks left, so I would be pretty worried. I can't lie, I would be pretty worried, bro. I would be pretty worried.
Yeah, no. Very well said, right? But we gotta live in the present. This is a, I believe, CS 7.8 Hard Rock 2, if I'm not mistaken. And remind me what CS the Hard Rock 2 was from the qualifiers? Was it 6.5?
I believe it was 6.5. Don't count me on it though, because I low-key forgot.
Yeah.
I think this is CS 7.8 though. This map.
Yes. So this is about one whole CS difference between both of these maps. This is sort of what we like to describe as hyper precision in the tournament scene, right? Where precision is 6.5, this is 7.8. So a big jump in terms of, you know, the level of precision, the level of comfort on this as are demanded in order to get a good score on board. And as we see the first two misses coming from both of these players, it's clear to see that, you know, not a lot of consistency is very hard to grab on a map like this.
Yeah, 100%. With 2 misses early on both sides, not gonna matter too much though, because it is still in the first 20 seconds of the map, even though the map is 2 minutes and 30, both being traded. So, being neck and neck right now. I'm not sure if there's any key eyes in this map, but, you know, pretty good showing. Both players seem pretty comfortable, even with Box holding 99.6. And with that, we see a miss from Hayley, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, this map, it's not so much so about the KIs. I don't think there are any sharp difficulty spikes. It's more so about that consistency, right? For about 2 to 3 minutes long, it's just a test of your ability on this sort of precision. And you know, in later rounds, in closer matches, this is definitely one of those. This is definitely a nerve gauntlet for you to have to deal with. But as it stands right now, Hayley's really struggling to put any sort of consistency on the board as the map built into a slight difficulty increase with the inclusion of a few bursts here and there. But meanwhile, ASecretBox still confident as ever. Is that 99? Is that 99% ag FC? Yeah, I do believe so. And that early misses all the ag drops that he's going to find as he continues to troop forward and as Hayley continues to struggle to put anything on the board.
Yeah, never count out a secret box on the precision because I believe the only act drop that box had was the single miss from the first 20 seconds of the map. So definitely a very, very good and decisive showing from a secret box on hayley's pick here, winning by almost 400k.
Yeah, and I mean, it's once again, it's so difficult, right? And we're talking about a stark difference in weight classes between these two players, right? While this touches the upper echelon of, you know, hayley's skill cap, this is just bread and butter for a secret box, right? The hidden 3
Yeah.
is sort of an exception to that rule where it's, you know, very, very high above, you know, what you typically expect from this kind of pool SR, but on everything else, right? On every single map, a secret box is just going to have that kind of advantage. And if hayley can't match that sort of comfort like we saw her do in that Hard Rock 1, it's very difficult for her to break into any sort of it's very difficult for her to break into any sort of points. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I do agree. Just two upper echelons from the both sides, and you know we see that score from Box, as you said. Just kind of a different breed. The only act drop he had was a slider break, not even any hundreds or nothing. So yeah.
That's the danger with picking into a secret box Hard Rock, right?
Yeah,
it looks
I do
A
agree.
secret box is gonna dabble into that DT2. We've been talking about it so much, and looks like a secret box is not looking to play any sort of games, just instantly pivoting into what we know them for: speed.
Yeah, 100%. Box like I have no idea how good hayley is at speed, so she could be a speed demon for all I know, but like I guess we have to see. I don't know.
I don't think hayley is particular like egregiously weak on DT. Like, don't get me wrong. I definitely think that she can pull her weight when it comes to speed, but again, we talk about the comfort, and if combo isn't gonna be a big factor in this map, the accuracy sure is, right? And I think MREC coming from the OS World Cup 2025 qualifiers round, I think we both know how strong a secret box is on a map like this, right? Well, was this the top performer? Was this a number 1 pick for Australia during 2025? Can't quite remember.
I don't think so. I think we fell short and got number 4 on this map in qualifiers, but a secret box, like he was kind of an FC machine on this, so I'm not very surprised that he did pick this. But you know, anything could happen. You know, like with Hard Rock 1. So yeah.
Yeah. And I do think, like, going back to a bit of that point when it comes to the consistency, right? This map isn't a shred map. It's not a like blanket test of your tapping. It's about application. It's being able to tap 228 BPM and then put it into finger control. And so in that aspect, as I'm saying that, a secret box is gonna be the one to find that first miss. Hold up, the FC machine might be breaking down as hayley now that advantage. But look at the accuracy difference, right? MREC is taking so much for hayley to bring it back, and she just can't get far enough with the combo. And she finds that first miss. And with that, secret box is instantly gonna steal that scoreline right back into his hands.
Wow, as you said, the FC machine breaking down. Definitely a nice try from hayley though on that combo. Held for pretty long, even though, you know, she seems to be struggling on the speed department, and I can't blame her. You know, it's a very hard finger control map. Unfortunately,
the stamina.
Yeah, the stamina unfortunately does not seem as comfortable on the caliber as Box, and you know, can't blame her. But Box is just too good.
Yeah, what can you even do? We're going Box is just going 500 combo all the way into the ending. Honestly, MREC, like, what is Box doing? Underperformance, man. The score underperformance. It's FC or bust.
Oh
yeah,
100%.
Box. We're going
like
into
9
the
times
next
out of 10
KI.
he FCs this. Like,
yeah, I know, right? We're going to the last sections on the map, and it's clear to see that hayley's stamina is really burning her out. And it's in this section where it's so incredibly finger controlly, right? You're seeing a lot of doubles, you're seeing a lot of quads, and when the map throws you with the longer bursts here and there, as we are seeing in this KI, it just eats up so much of your stamina. And, you know, we're moving into the last sections of the map, and Box is just going to very, very comfortably walk away with a 1.1k combo with a 98% act as well to boot.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be Box's 5th point on the board with the next pick going to Hayley. So I'm not really sure what you would pick on Hayley's side. Like, to be honest, like, I guess you just pick the maps you like you said, like.
We're going for fun,
It
for the
is.
love of the game, for the love
Yeah,
of the
for the
game.
love of the game, for passion, for true passion.
That's right. Although I will say, well, I was gonna call Nomod 2 as a potential shot until I remember that the Nomod 2 really isn't a stamina map similar to the Hard Rock 1, right? Despite the fact that it's both DJ Sharp Nova maps, it's not quite the same thing. And in fact, it probably favors a Secret Box even more. Honestly, Nomod 1, Emrek, like I could definitely see Nomod 1 coming out. It's a Skyflame Nomod 1. It's, you know, the bread and butter poster child of Nomod 1. It's really just about the aim, and in terms of accessibility, it's definitely up there in this pool overall. So if Hayley wants to play the RNG game, could definitely see her going into that kind of pick. Or maybe, you know, she wants to try her hand at the precision yet again. Maybe try to jump into that Nomod 5. Could also be a potential shot. But yeah, those are the only two picks that I'm really looking at from a strategic standpoint. And it does look like we're going to see the Nomod 5 come out.
Yeah, 100%. I don't remember what this map looks like, but I just do believe it's like precision aim control-y kind of thing, so to speak. So
yeah. It's not as precision as the Hard Rock 2. It's not hyper precision, right? It sits at around CS6. So definitely a far cry from the 7.8 that they were being demanded for. But where this map lacks in raw map stats, as you mentioned before, right? And right, this map makes up in, you know, the patterning, right? A lot of cut flowing patterns are littered throughout this map. And not just cut flowing patterns, but cut flowing patterns with variable spacing as well. You know, some of these cuts are very, very closely packed with each other, but some of these flowing patterns break into stuff that normally, you know, when we are like 2 CS lower wouldn't be that big of a challenge, but when it's CS6, that definitely throws a wrench in your consistency. But here we go, Nomod 5. This is going to be Hayley's pick, and we're going to see if the trajectory of this pick flies a different way than what we saw from the Hard Rock 2.
yeah, 100%. And as you say, that box gonna be finding an early miss, but it is still in the first 5 seconds of the map. I do believe this map is actually quite short, I think.
Yeah, I think it's on the shorter end of things. In fact, it hits right below that 2-minute mark, so you're right on the head with that one. And with that early miss from Box, in fact, that might be very, very good for Hayley. As we move into this first disc-spike section, the cuts come in very, very weird angular changes, and Hayley is looking to hit all of it, moving into the doubles. That is the hard part of the map. Oh my goodness, that is the hard part of the map out of the way. And with that, Hayley does, in fact, pull a slight score lead against the Box, but there's never... She's not out of the woods just yet. There's never out of the woods when you're going up against a player such as ASecretBox, right? She needs to hold, and she needs to hold for more combo, but she can't seem to find the combo as she finds the miss going right out of that first KI.
Oh no, and you can tell she's pretty frustrated with the smoke dance on that miss, unfortunately, going to the slow section with that huge combo 400. We are already 2/3 into the map, so that break basically means everything. I think if Box holds on for a little longer, it just might be GG's here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that scoreline, with how short this map is, these large combo differences can make up so much score. And there really isn't anything like we saw before, right? There really isn't any large spike. It's all just about mainly that consistent, those consistent cut streams. And, you know, there's not really a lot of density where you'd expect to see Box find a miss on. And with that scoreline being grown to a massive 900k, ASecretBox is going to take that last point of the match, beating out Hayley 6-1. Amazing showing from Hayley, all things considered, right? Taking a point against the number one, one of the best players in the world, one of the best tournament players in the world. Despite just being a FighterVC player yourself, definitely very, very respectable from Hayley, and I think she can be very, very proud of her performance today.
Yeah, 100%. A very, very good showing of Hayes' performance, with the scoreline not doing it justice, because what can you do against the number 1 seed of the Oceanic Cup, right? Like that 940k score on a Hard Rock 1 will never be forgotten. That literally beats both of my locals in Hard Rock 1. By the way, I don't know. That's crazy.
Back it up, Emmerich. Back it up, Emmerich. Your job on the OWC roster is oh W stuff.
W, I'm the winner.
Yeah. And with that, congratulations once again to Secret Box, and I am very interested to see how Hayley does going into the later stages of this tournament. Right? I can definitely see her making some pretty big waves against against some lower seeded players later on in the tournament. In particular, I really like to see her face off against Perito, although we probably won't see that matchup. Very much looking forward to see her face maybe one of her 5WC brethren. But for what it's worth, I think that's all we have for today. Emmerich, any closing words before we can round it off?
Yeah, 100%. A very good match from ASecretBox and Hayley, and I believe Hayley will be versing the loser of Oz versus Drox, so we'll definitely be very excited to see that matchup. So yeah, all words aside, thank you very much for guys. Jesus, thank you. Oh my god. Never let me commentate ever again. Never let me commentate ever again. Anyways, thank you, Gami, for commentating.
What is happening? Wait, what is happening?
On the Oceanic Cup.
All right.
Thank you very much for just being here, and we'll see you in the next match, which is approximately in around 3 hours.
Ooh.